need fixing. Yay. What needs fixing? What needs fixing? 7 of ray guns. Ray. Okay. For you in particular, you don't have to be Ray, but you create parts to weapons. It's the legal, okay, with this, we're crossing boundaries but not enough. You put the gun together yourself. People have been complaining about flicka. The flicka, if something's up, you have to, and you haven't fixed it. Maybe you don't know how. That's not my specialty. Ask the universe. Bring someone to me, please. Have me interact with someone that knows how to flicka, flicka, flicka. Yep, the R. What else? Tell me more. 3 of ray guns. This is a lot about weapons. Oh, let me say this. Oh, Queen of Probes. For somebody, it's you have a sex toy line, and one of your larger dildos stops. Oh, what a buzzkill! No pun. Zzz, and then what is that? Wherever the it's on an awkward spot. This woman in particular has an inverted uterus. So you may have to move. You may have to move where it turns on it. I never used one. I don't even know how they work. I've never used one, and I don't plan on it. That. Hold on. Damn, you need 2 hands for this one, don't you? Need fixing? Here. What we don't need is, oh, you need fixing? Here, take a 12-inch cock, a dildo. I mean, for someone that could be it, but it feels like
I never anticipated like the audience effect behind this, where like
it's getting real unnecessarily dark in that particular area. It feels like they're showing me teenage boys who are going through puberty. That's not the fixing that they need. They need someone to listen, that's all. They don't need someone to judge them. Be whoever it was that you needed, whether you got it or not. When you were a teenage boy going through something, be an ear and not a mouthpiece. Even if you have to do this, get a mask. For a lot of you moms especially, it's hard for you to just listen to your sons without judging or giving advice. I would say either put duct tape over your own mouth. And this isn't me being rude. I mean, I understand that it's difficult to not say and interrupt them mid-sentence to give your input. That's not what they're looking for. A lot of your sons just want you to listen. Even for the fathers, they want you to sit there and listen. Even if your son's 17, 16, have a drink. For the fathers in particular, have a drink. You don't have to be so Miss Cleve, right? Miss the Cleavers, who don't. You shouldn't give a fuck what somebody else says about how you handle shit with your own sons. And the same thing with the daughters, the same shit. Have a drink with your daughter, right? The more that you try to keep them out of harm's way and force it, I feel like the more that harm's going to wind up finding them.
just like this category we call
For the weird transsexuals where you're just angry that your looks are starting to show, the masculine's coming out, you're not happy with the decision that you made, but you overdo it with acting way too feminine. People can tell that you're regretful, or you didn't realize that further down the line shit was going to start coming to the surface, right? Please stop trying to force young men and boys into something and a decision that you're not even happy that you made yourself. Being honest with yourself is going to be crucial. Then if you're honest, you'll be a mouthpiece Once again, puns, no. But you'll be a mouthpiece for why I wouldn't do it instead. You would find a lot more, we'll say, blessings, reward from the universe if you were just honest about it. It was a mistake. You went through all of this so that you could help others not go through it too. The heart chakra card flew out first, and I put it back, and that's what this could be. Speak from your heart instead of the anger or the regret. What else is this with the fixing? He likes a monster. I get it. Companion. Need fixing? One solid motherfucker in your life is all that you need right now. That's it. For some of you, you are that person, and that's it. I'd rather have nobody in my life and not have to worry about my shit getting taken, drugged, and not the good kind of drugs. This is poison now, and they're not even giving up the fentanyl anymore. And I don't have to worry about being set up or recorded or... Tell me about the companion. Could be a neighbor. Your neighbor's child. For some of you, it's your own child you're going to reconcile with. Because your child and you both needed fixing, but it wasn't happening in the same environment. It was nonstop, just headbutting is what it feels like. For a son and a father, that was literal, where your son actually headbutt you, but you got into some kind of physical altercation. You're not listening to him. And your dad didn't listen to you, and the same shit happened. This becomes a curse in some way. You were the dad who didn't let him finish. You actually gave him a reaction based off the shit you heard, but he wasn't done speaking. And yeah, I feel bad for both of you, because neither one of you are good at admitting that you were wrong or apologizing. So how do you do it then? I'm telling you, alcohol or a joint if you smoke. It doesn't matter how old he is. I mean, if he's 9, obviously. I mean, I'm talking about teenage, or this feels like a 20-some-year-old son and their father. Right, the choices and the people. But if you basically, that means you're making his decisions for him. And then what happens when you do that, right? When you do that with your children and you want to pretty much control them with a remote control, so to speak, this is what happens. You get to the point where they're older, and now they look to you for some kind of guidance, and you don't want to do it anymore. It's like, I'm tired. What happens if you decide that's not for you, and now your son, or for you moms that do this with your daughters, or however this is, because you could get married again. Or you have another job where you move away, and now this child feels like abandoned by you. Like you wanted to control my decisions, and now because something else is going on in your life. Communication. I'm not really big on hearing I'm sorry. I don't believe it most of the time, but showing that you're sorry. A lot of you don't feel comfortable saying the words, and I understand. Show it instead, that's all. This is for someone else. Do you think you're going to reconcile with your child? That's not going to happen. Hold on. You are the child. And you want to reach out to a father? Yeah. They're... assassins. Yeah, no. TH. JS. Teresa Jones, Johnson, Tom Jones, Thaddeus Johnson. Thaddeus Johnson. They used to joke. Yeah, I don't. Your dad, they're showing me the neighborhood drug dealer slash pimp slash. You're doing well. He's going to take you right. And I think he knows it too. He's actually that cool of a cat where he'll say, I'm no good for you. But and he could have said that shit to you and you thought, well, he's just saying that because it's hard for him to say, yeah, I need you in my life. He actually meant it, that he's no good for you. You would be better off without me in your life, son, I'm telling you. You put your trust in the wrong guy. He does that, and you used to do it, and now you're particular now with the male friends that you have because of all of this agenda shit. And he's in a situation where he doesn't have that luxury. It's not his fault. E.T. D.S. Ed as well. You are the father. And I feel like you can tell that your daughter wants to reconnect in some way, but you have a lot of secrets and stuff, and you don't have to necessarily say all those secrets so that now she can throw that shit in your face. And I'm not saying that she would do it now, but you never know who she's going to meet in the future that could have an influence on her, where now you're going to regret saying, okay, well, I'm on fentanyl and I'm doing that. You know, I would just say, I'm just going to say, honestly, I don't feel like I would be a very good influence for you right now. And if that means that I'm selfish and I'm choosing destructive influences over my own daughter, then I'll have to. That's something I have to deal with. Song. JKPH. Is there a song that someone's writing? You know what? You know the Ghost app that I use? If there's some words where I don't want to use this word. I want to use a different word, but with the same meaning, a synonym to something. I would put the Ghost app on and see if they can help you with certain words. Even if they put a word there and you find a synonym for that word. You feel me? Tracy. Draw 2. Great. Woken up with a new tattoo and bullshit. Okay. Need fixing? Did somebody screw a tat up? Hold on a second. I'm gonna pause this. For someone, they screwed up your tat, and if you had a semi-automatic, the flogger. Yeah, with maybe arms crossed. I mean, those types of arms. Yep. Stay tuned. For another one, I don't know what they screwed up, but you're a very spiritual person, and you could turn that into a singing bowl. Stay tuned. They have a whole site. I was watching it. It was by accident the one day, and it's tattoos that were fixed because of scars, or tats that were created around scars. They incorporated the scar into the tat. Look that shit up. Demons are going to be big. Gods and demons as tats. I would look up images of deities, actually. Ancient deities. They're different looking. Yeah. Family crest, right? Stay tuned. For the people using this voice changing thing, and you're very gifted at singing or rap, I believe that if you don't like your voice though, and that's what's stopping you, couldn't you possibly use a voice? I don't know if it's someone else's, you would have to break them off. But can you generate them through AI? I don't know how that works. Through alter, I don't know. They're showing me levels of changing a voice, finally getting the voice, and then using it for nefarious reasons. Maybe you should use that to make money off of. What else with the needs fixing? I am divinely protected and guided by God, the universe, and my spirit guardians. That if you need something fixed, ask ancestors, whatever you are, right? You don't even have to name it. Please send me what I need to fix this problem. Wow. And see who or what shows up. It could be an idea or a person. Chameleon. If you need fixing, allow yourself to be the chameleon though. You don't have to be, if you need a problem fixed, you usually need either an item or a person, correct? That requires you to fit in certain groups or you'll be an outcast, and nobody wants to even communicate with someone that they don't feel like they connect with like that. So you're going to have to be more open. So sour. Someone's a sourpuss, and this is why nobody wants to speak with you. If you allowed yourself to be more accepting that others are different, this is an individual who, when they see people with different colored hair or piercings, you automatically judge them and assume that they're beneath you. They're just more comfortable in their own skin and the way that they express themselves. That's all. You are the outcast, actually, in that situation. So some of these individuals are the answer to your problems. We're all chameleons by nature. It's manipulation. There's healthy manipulation. It's let's say you need a living situation, right? And you're looking at some guy because he's got tats all over, and you could be someone that's more corporate. You grew up differently. You'd be real surprised you could have more in common than you think. And you go and look at the apartment, and they show up with piercing, or you show up, and now you're immediately judging that individual. This is what you think. They party, they have a bunch of girls here all the time. They could literally be, and you may not, the next Steve Jobs, right? And you have no idea because they could be able to write lyrics, and this is really what you're supposed to be doing. They could know people. Say this is investing that you do. You're an investor or you mess with stocks. They could come from a wealthy family where someone in their family could take you to places that you would never have imagined. Judging. MP3 downloads. You're a DJ, but this is also downloads. Need fixing. This is downloads from a higher ascended master type alien, only because it's unknown. I don't know if it's necessarily aliens, but it's alien to us because we're not used to asking. A minority, you treat them like they're a minority. Okay. What else? For someone, it's you have an MP3 player, and some of your beats, you're a DJ. This is what you want to get into or on that. For others, it's music. It's just, you're supposed to be in the music industry, and that's what this individual is connected to. You're not supposed to be wearing suit and ties. You're not even comfortable with that. Missionary. Is it an actual missionary? Missionary position. All right, that's what needs fixing in your sex life for some of you, is you're only having sex that way. And you don't always want to look at their face. Sometimes that interaction with that person is to release. And if you're fighting with each other or you're just holding a grudge, looking at their face is not going to help that release. Not at that moment. And don't take it personal. We don't always want to see somebody's face when that's happening. Ball pits. Well, there it goes, right? Sometimes you need balls slapped right in your face a little bit. There's a woman where you need to start sucking on your husband's or your dude's cock quick, because he's going to wind up finding somebody else to do it. And if you don't like that, you're going to be very lonely. Yeah, you are. I don't know how you guys deal with it. Look, release. That is all of you need a release in some way. Either beat the shit out of something. Create that something in your garage or your basement if you want. Kickbox, get a punching bag, something. Don't use a person for that. But I don't know how you guys even one of the biggest this is me personally, one of the biggest ways that a woman can show you can cook and clean and do all this shit, that's expected. I feel that's expected, especially if you want to be a housewife. If I'm the husband, I'm not going to work all day, and you don't want to work or go to school. I expect my shit to be clean. I expect my laundry to be done. I expect for you not only to cook my dinner, but to fucking serve it to me too, and then clean up also. I expect to do nothing, especially when I'm paying all the bills. It doesn't just stop there, though. That's a whole separate entity. That's house chores, as far as that's you being a housewife. Then there's the wife without the house, right? Take the house out of the picture. It's a requirement for you to suck your husband or your boyfriend's dick. I don't feel like men have this issue, gay men. You love it as much as I do. I feel I'm more of a man when it comes to this shit. But please, because a lot of the times they don't know how to approach you with this. They don't even know. You get that stomping and we'll go, and then you'll make the mistake of saying, "Well, go have someone else do it," and then you forget that you said that shit, right? And then he goes and has someone else do it because you told him to, and then now you want to throw that shit in his face. Somebody needs to, I saw on, what was it? It was one of those sex shows on HBO where they actually had courses on how to suck a dick. But the thing is, every man is different with what they want. I don't even know if that would work. You would have to have a man teaching that. The problem is they had women teaching women how to suck a man's dick. That's not going to work. Anyway, release is in whatever area, right? Whatever area you're having problems in, there's a release. There's something you can do to get it in a healthy way. See ya.